For me personally, I felt very convicted that this baby's life needed to be prioritized, even if it was potentially at my own expense. I don't know that all of these providers totally understood that. I had a provider look at me and say chemotherapy was completely safe in pregnancy, should I need it? And like digesting that, I'm like, what? Like, are you okay? And I asked him, like, what are the long-term studies on that? Like that was really surprising for me to hear. I had never heard such a thing. And so I was like, well, what do you mean? What are the long-term studies? He's like, well, ethically, we can't really do like large, long-term studies, but anecdotally, the women who've had to do it, the babies are fine. Like, and that's supposed to instill confidence? Like, I was just like, huh? So that was shocking. Another guy said something like, it may not actually be cancer, but we need to be sure because the truth is, you have a lot to lose. I'm like, I don't know what to do with that, So different interactions that just added to the fear, right? And added to the just feeling of being trapped. We hadn't even done the ultrasound yet, but at the beginning of the appointment, I told the radiologist, and she really made some really condescending, inappropriate comments to, I think, try to push and influence me to change my mind. Regardless, there was definitely a tension in the room. I tried to be as respectful and but also as firm as possible. And she didn't like that. It was very obvious she didn't like that. I left that appointment pretty terrified. I mean, that's an understatement. I'm spiraling at this point and honestly in tears. So I'm in and out of these oncology offices a couple times through the first couple weeks of pregnancy. And I kid you not, I had some of these doctors look at me and the fear mongering, I think they were just trying to shoot me straight on what the possible risks were. So I'm not saying they were actually trying to fear monger, but it just felt like such an atmosphere of fear. Fear, 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 rush, rush, rush. It just wasn't that straightforward for me to casually go get a biopsy, stop blood thinners, and risk this baby's life. If I wasn't pregnant, I would have just gotten the biopsy and moved on.